Can you hear me? How you doing, Lee? And great to have you here. We appreciate you. At this time, we don't. We're waiting to see if we can get one other council member here, but he hasn't showed yet. Okay, good evening, everyone. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Before we do, we're gonna have Councilwoman Spruill lead us in prayer. Ask that you all stand for the pledge. Okay, tonight we only have one item on the special agenda tonight. Uh, and that item is, to consider approval of an extension of the August 10th, 2010 Fire Protection Service Agreement between the city and Titus County. At this time, we'll go ahead and open the floor for any discussions, or if there is no discussions, we can go ahead with a motion.
Ms. Reams, can you explain what this does for us at this point?
Lee?
Could you tell me what this decision tonight, where it puts us with everything? Know us where we are.
Okay, I have no problem extending, our current contract by, 30 days to continue. But in my mind, there's two valid contracts sitting on the commissioner's desk. Both of them, we had discussed, one of them we had discussed, and that's what we offered them, a 5-year deal. We discussed with them in the room, and I think we came to a pretty good deal. I understand they've got an attorney looking at it. He's welcome to look at it, but if they have a counter offer, they need to offer the counter offer. We can't take something like well, we just don't think the numbers are solid enough, but we want hard numbers. Well, we came up with a percentage basis of how they would pay out their portion, which, both sides, agreed, well, myself and, Councilman Dale agreed with. I think one of their side agreed with. I think one other one on their side maybe was the one that disagreed with the percentage. But either way, you need to present us a counteroffer. So tonight, I'm here, and I'm willing to, extend this offer, extend this contract by 30 days. But I think we need to put in there the stipulation of the payment for that 30 days is paid to us, at least based on our current contract we have with them. I don't think that's an issue, but I think we need to add that into this contract, that we will get paid for this 30-day extension, based on our current contract. But other than that, any further discussion, their attorney needs to draw up whatever they have. We tried to get into one room and have an attorney draw up what we agreed to, but if they have an attorney that needs to look at it, then they need to get with their attorney and give us a counteroffer, in my mind.
I haven't been directly involved in any meetings to discuss terms of continued service by the city of Mount Pleasant to cover the Titus County residents that live outside the city limits or have properties outside the city limits. I have been a real estate professional since 1986. I have discussed and negotiated, not just for myself, but for many, many clients. I'm an agent, and I help negotiate contracts. I have for years. One of the things that's very stressed to us as agents is to get everything in writing. That means offers, counter offers. And our counter offers, when I'm negotiating a contract, even a counter offer has a timeline. You have 24 hours, a week, whatever. We actually get down to those kinds of details when we're negotiating. There'll come up, lots of times, there'll be an offer on a piece of property, and then they'll come back, yes, no, in between, we could do this, we can do that, whatever. Then it's in writing, then we represent it to the other side, and it can be quite tedious. But the best thing to do is to put it in writing. As a council person, I need to see something in writing from the side of this, which would be the county. I understand we're all living in Titus County, but we're going to have some cooperation to know where we stand. I don't understand exactly, as just a council person and a citizen, why I'm sitting here tonight. We had an agenda. My city manager contacted, I guess, all of us. I don't know, but I think he did, but he contacted me and said, would you be willing to come in as quickly as possible, because it takes 72 hours to post a meeting. I actually thought we would be coming together to look at a counteroffer or to accept a signed contract, to approve a contract with the offer that we sent over. I understand that there's a lot of things they need to decide on. I would urge all citizens that could be affected by this. This is not some just casual event that we're talking about postponing or canceling. This is vital. We're talking about life. We're talking about emergencies. This is not something that's very optional unless you just choose to live without coverage. I understand it's tough. I understand that it's expensive. It's expensive on both budgets, the county budget and the city budget. I will also remind the public that as a citizen of Mount Pleasant and a citizen of Titus County, on the properties that I own in the city and outside, I get a tax statement. And whatever happens, I've got to pay county taxes and city taxes. It's my understanding that the county people that live outside the city limits do not pay any city taxes. They may not be as aware of what's going on in this council chamber and with our budget. but they have the right to ask about it and to understand it as public. Our meetings are open. We have open records requests that they can do. There's all kinds of ways for everybody that's concerned to find out details. It is time consuming. All of our time is very important to us. That's the only thing that we all have in common is 24 hours in a day. We do share that. I would urge, I don't understand why we're having this meeting tonight. It's my understanding as of this hour that the county side of this negotiation, for some reason, I'm not aware of any posted agenda for them to also have a special meeting to ask for this 30-day extension. They're the ones that, as of Friday night, my understanding is that they lost coverage under contract. Whatever responses we're making right now, there may have been a gentleperson's or a gentleman's agreement between someone's on the city and county side that we're gonna go ahead and take the high road, and we're gonna go ahead and cover the citizens and the properties outside the city limits for a period of time. It wasn't our side. I live in the city. I've got coverage right now. I'm not in flux. So I'm urging citizens, it is time. We've got to come to a resolution of this one way or the other. We can't continue to do this. It's just not doable. It is quite complicated. I'm reading this tonight. Consider approval of an extension of the August 10th, 2010. This 12 going into 13 years, okay? We've already extended this contract 2 or 3 times on an annual basis. This would be the 3rd extension. The other participants, with all due respect, have had 2 one-year extensions and we have been going up, my understanding, on the last 2 years, requesting more funds to help with the payment of that service. I don't know how, but they need to come and say, we need this much time, we need this or that, but I need it in writing. I'm asking that someone on the other side, please put it in writing. We take it, we don't, or here's a counter offer. But I don't want to hear about it on social media, on a text, or even mouth to mouth at a casual meeting at a church. I don't want to hear about it. We're here to do business, and I'd like for us to conduct it in a business fashion. Let's put it in writing. We can go back and mark through. When I do a contract, we all have it, then we mark it out. We all initial the change. And we have something to go back to look at it, to see where we started and where we are today. And we do put timelines. This counter offer is good for this amount of time. So I'm here tonight, and I think my other councilmen, we had to struggle to get a quorum, I think. I think 2 of the council people may be out of pocket. That's what Mr. Thatcher indicated to me. Mr. Thatcher's also out of pocket, okay? They had been discussing this for months prior to tonight to come up with something. But I don't understand why they don't see the urgency to also be having such a meetings that we're having here tonight to cover the properties and the citizens that live outside the city limits. I don't understand that. And maybe they're okay with a gentleman's or a gentleperson's agreement, but I am not, okay? I need it in writing. I think the other council members would like to see something in writing. And so I'm here tonight, and I think the other council people involved in the mayor is here to make sure that we've gone above and beyond to offer our services out of concern and compassion, just in case we want to be very careful to not leave citizens and properties exposed. They deserve to know what they can count on. And don't sit and wait for someone coming, expecting someone's going to be dispatched to a call, and nobody shows up.
Chief, you had some?
I did get an email today where they have moved their agenda from Monday, which is Columbus Day, to Friday, and it does include a item on the fire contract to discuss, possibly approve the fire contract, is what the item said.
All right, thank you, Chief. Go ahead, Gabe.
Okay, I'd implore them at that meeting Friday to take care of this. They have two valid contracts right in front of them, so one way or the other, they need to take care of it. But I'll make a motion at this time to approve a 30-day extension to the August 10th, 2010 Fire Protection Service Agreement between the City of Mount Pleasant and Titus County. I'd also like to add into that they pay for that extension at the current rate that they are at this time.
I second the motion.
Okay, we have a motion by Councilman Adams, second by Councilman Walker. Madam Secretary, record a vote, please.
Aye.
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 The motion is unanimous. I just want to say that this is very, very important. The council and councilwoman has made some very, very great statements. They've had plenty of time to go over this, and I'm glad that we can give them this 30-day extension. But some very valid points are made, and I totally agree with the council. It is time to move forward with something more concrete. So we'll be waiting, and I won't be able to make that a meeting Friday. But Chief, was that next Friday? Is it? Oh, it's this coming. Okay. Yeah, I won't be able to make that one, but I'll definitely be looking in on it, try to see what that outcome is, because it is very vital to our public that we get this done somehow. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and open a motion to close this meeting.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
We are now adjourned. Thank you, Ms. Lee.